Hey, welcome back to reality. In the last episode, Lily got to spend time with her family. Meanwhile, Jacob has a plan to get Ben back, and hopefully, we see more of Jacob's story in this episode. I'm so tired. I stayed up way too late again. I guess I should set an alarm. What time is my first class again? 9:40. Back to old habits, I guess. Alarm set for 8:30? Yeah, I can do that. I don't feel like washing up. That requires moving. Wow, Gamori? What was that noise? Am I hearing things now? I better get to bed. Why am I still at my desk? Lilya Martel. Sleep. I must really need sleep. Maybe I shouldn't stay up this late anymore. Lilya, I'm about to bring you here. Prepare yourself. What? What is going on? That sounds like the cat creature from Vitalia. What in the world? What's happening? Holy crap. So she can go back into Vitalia without Penta. There's nothing to be afraid of, little human. I just have a few things to ask you. And I had no other way to contact you besides calling you here. Welcome back. What was that? What's going on? Am I hallucinating? Is this some kind of mental after effect of using the Penta? No, this is real. Oh. Kumori. That was your name, right? I get it now. This is a dream, isn't it? I must have fallen asleep at my desk again. I need to stop doing that. You're not dreaming. You're in Vitalia. If this really was Vitalia, then all I would have to do is log out. Please don't do that. It's hard enough keeping you here as it is, and I have important questions for you. For now, just try to believe this is a lucid dream, the most realistic dream you've ever had. The most realistic dream I've ever had. This is kind of interesting, actually. I wonder what dream Komori wants from me. That's better. Why did you bring me here? My mission is to learn about humanity, your choices, the ways you change the world around you, and the ways that the world changes you. What? Jacob has been our sole liaison for many years. We might be missing vital information using his eyes alone. Your ways of thinking are different from his. Well, yeah, and you're also unlike the yellow-eyed one, who is quick to make the natural choice. The natural choice? Huh? That's not all. I have a suspicion that you might be instrumental in averting this crisis. Although I haven't yet convinced the others. Others? You mean you and the other AI? Or spirits, or whatever you call yourselves? We are not AI. Please stop calling us that. It is insulting. Oh. You are laboring under the assumption that we, and this world, are somehow less real than you are. I can assure you, that is false. Look around you, Lilya Martel. Consider Vitalia. It is its infinite complexity, its completeness, It's perfect interactivity. Did you ever truly believe this was created by human hands, by simple code on a processing machine? You put a lot of faith in your technology, but do you truly believe that it has advanced this far in such a short time? No technology yet exists in your world that could simulate life so thoroughly. Not if 100 human programmers worked for 100 years and could they create Vitalia. Excuse me. But it is a testament to your gullibility that anyone could believe Jacob Lessard, a single human, could make this all on his own in 2 measly human years. I mean, it does seem unbelievable. And I've studied neurotechnology. None of it seems close to the level of the Penta. But I don't know. Maybe Lessard is a genius, ahead of his time. That happens sometimes, right? You're making excuses, looking for reasons to cling to your old beliefs that fit with a worldview that is more comfortable for you. Maybe. But what's the alternative? You want me to believe that Vitalia is a real place? That you somehow summoned me here? Yes, our 2 worlds are connected by a mental bridge. All humans have some capacity for sensing and crossing the bridge. It varies greatly. Some humans are gifted, like Jacob. He discovered and crossed the bridge on his own, as a child. Most people, like you, can cross the bridge, but only if they are shown the way. I guided you here today. The Penta devices act as a rough, uncivilized guide. They not only show you the bridge, but also force you across it. Oh. Just so. Of course. Silly me. Mental bridges and all that. I should have guessed. Simple, yes, totally simple. I sense sarcasm, an odd human custom Jacob has mentioned. Maybe you really aren't an AI. I've always thought that once AI could understand sarcasm, they would be more human than code. But how is it possible for me to be here, in this world, when my body is still in the real world? Don't try to tell me that's not the way it works. I saw Ben unconscious at the hospital with my own eyes. That's irrelevant. You're confused because you don't understand the nature of this world. Jacob gave you plenty of clues, even while trying to mislead you. What does that mean? He cannot hide this world's true nature. Not with what he calls the mental net and thought recognition. You mean this really is a mental world? It's all in my head. Then what makes it real at all? Human thought is so illogical. You're jumping to conclusions again. Yes, it is mental. Why does that make it less real? Vitalia. Well, let's start with a point of reference. In your world, your existence is dependent on your physical form, yes? I guess. We wouldn't really be human without our bodies. I don't think. Well, Vitalia is the opposite. Everything here, everything you see and experience in this world, exists in mind, or in spirit, as we say, before it exists physically. The mind is the core which drives all else. Given the presence of an advanced mind, a physical form will manifest from that consciousness. What? The physical form you are currently experiencing, while it feels the same as the form in you left behind in your world, is actually only a projection of your thoughts. Is this making sense to you, Lilya? You look a bit blank at the moment. This is insane. This must be a dream, right? Oh, not this again. I haven't even had a chance. She's trying to go back to her world? I feel so tired. If this is a dream, it's not a restful one. I'm losing my desire to see where this goes. No, Lilya, I need you. Stop, you must believe. I need to sleep. I have classes in the morning. No, stay here, choose to believe. There are a lot of clues that point to Vitalia being more than a simulation. It seems believable. Somehow... I'm sure we can skip classes for today, right? Alright. Okay, I believe you. Good. Hopefully the 12 will approve of this personal initiative of mine. Who's the 12? Ben, I need you to understand something. This isn't a game. So, Jacob is telling the truth to Ben now, in hopes that will bring him back. This is something much larger than you, than me, or anyone. At the risk of sounding overdramatic, the fate of worlds is at stake. What are you talking about? Where'd this come from? Listen, I'm going to share something with you that no other human is aware of. Not even the internet's team. Well, Lilya is aware of it, I guess. This world, Vitalia, is not a virtual reality. It's a real place. It's a different kind of world than ours, but no less real. And it's in danger. We're all in danger. If you don't believe me, I understand, but... I know. I believe you. I feel like he knew. Oh. Wait, what? That's how... I know, it's weird, but I knew this was a real place the moment I came here. I knew it had to be more than a computer program. I was drawn into this world, almost like I was meant to be here. Like this is where I'm most at home. That makes sense. Feels like all my life before was only a dream, and now that I'm here, I'm finally awake. You know what I mean? Agree. That's exactly how I felt when I first came here. That I understand exactly what you mean. When I first came here, I didn't question anything. I just knew it was right. So Jacob, as a child, went to this real world. He was transported to this fantasy world. Well, it's not fantasy, it's real, but whatever. None of the other testers felt that way. They accepted this world as fake. You and I, we must be different somehow. It seems like both of their parents don't care for them, and that might be why they have a stronger connection to the world. That's what I think anyway. And now, you must be aware that you've gained abilities. Abilities? You mean being able to sense people? It doesn't seem much of an ability. It's simply a sense that I was missing before. Something natural that I wasn't meant to be without. Sorry, having trouble reading today. My point is that things are happening to you from staying here for so long. Things that have never even happened to me. Being here, it's not natural for us, like it is for the spirits. I don't know what it'll do to your mind, or your body. Even I have never stayed here so long without logging out. Why haven't you? If you feel the same way I do, if this is the world we belong in, why not just stay? That's all I want. But if you're so against it, for me and for you too, it seems, it's complicated. You understand how this world works. You know how I told you and the other testers that Vitalia is a mental world. That we only exist here in mind? In a way, that was the truth. I think it's a little philosophical. Like, if something exists in your mind, is it real? How do we know if our real world is real? Because we can only perceive it through our senses. The 12th? What is that? Some kind of spirit organization? We are a group of spirits who have been studying humanity for a long time, by your standards, at least. We're something like your world's philosophers. Our goal is very simple: to achieve the truth, and thus avoid the calamity. What truth? I mean, what truth? What calamity? That's the most vague goal I've ever heard. I'm starting to think that the world might be ending, and a lot of things are hinting at that. There are signs of calamity all around, in our world, and in yours. Slowly, our worlds both die. We tread onwards, ever closer to the tipping point. The point of no return. That sounds ominous. And to learn the truth, we observe humanity, a relatively intelligent life form that moves at a much faster rate than we do. Humanity moves at a faster rate than you do? What are you talking about? Is time different here in Vitalia? Time seems different to me than it does to you. Of that I am sure, but that is only because there is a dramatic difference in our ages. I have a sense that Vitalia is much slower in time compared to ours. How old are you? How old do you think I am? I have to guess. Just tell me what you think. I'm curious. How am I supposed to know? If you are an AI, you're probably 2 years old, or less. If you're as real as you claim, I don't know. You're not a human, and you're not really a cat, even though you look like one. Maybe 30? 30 years old. Interesting. You've given me an age greater than your own. More perceptive than I expected. Or maybe time goes faster in Vitalia. But you're way off. Well, how old are you then? By your measure, I would be nearing 700,000 years old. And I am not the oldest of us, merely approaching my middle years. Jeez. Are you kidding me? You're 700,000 years old? That's absurd. Are you saying that you and your philosopher friends have been studying humanity for hundreds of thousands of years, and you still haven't found the answers you were looking for? That is accurate. The search for truth is not to be undertaken lightly. It may never end, for us or for you. Putting that aside for now, there is a reason I brought you to this particular location, little human. Look around. What do you see? It's like an ancient ruin. Well, it is an ancient ruin. Ruins? What kind of ruins? Crumbling stone walls, some weirdly flat pillars, stairs that don't look safe to walk up, and a tower, like a castle tower. And what do you see on those walls, pillars and towers? Like runes, symbols. There are pictures on the stones, maybe pictographs? This is the most ancient place in our world. We call it the origin. These carvings, the pictures, as you call them, depict truths. They hum with power and have lasted for ages. The 12 are devoted to unraveling their meaning, but we have yet to fully understand the story. All we know for certain is that they warn of calamity, a sundering of the world. And they show a solution, a way to avert that calamity. In Jacob's young, quick, naive human way, he has interpreted their meaning on his own, and he came to a conclusion which frightened him. You know what? That actually makes perfect sense. We can communicate mentally. We can sense each other mentally. Everything here is mental, isn't it? Yes, exactly. And my concern is that I don't know how long our minds can actually exist here without our bodies. That might not be an issue. For all you know, I could live here indefinitely. I don't think so. I've noticed, sometimes, when I'm here too long, I start feeling strange. Sort of like when I drink too much caffeine. My heart feels odd. My mind works a little too fast. He can't adjust to the time in Vitalia? It seems like that's the case. Staying here too long could eventually overwhelm our minds, maybe even destroy us. You don't know that. If I'm already taking the risk, why shouldn't I? The only person it could hurt is me. It could hurt a lot more than just you. Immersed isn't just some company or money-making scheme. It's my way of averting a possible calamity in both worlds, and you're putting that at risk too. A calamity? What do you mean? You're going to think I'm crazy when I say this. But this is the truth. There's a prophecy, a warning. It's told in carvings at the origin. Have you heard of it? The quacks did mention something called the origin in passing. They didn't really explain what it was, though. It's the source of power for this world. The spirits say the carvings there have truth in them, and the carvings show the worlds, Vitalia and the human world, breaking apart, with terrible effects on both sides. The only way to stop it is to strengthen the connection. That's why I invented the Penta and brought people here. If my interpretation is correct, bringing more humans here is the solution. It's the reason for the facade of interments. It's the reason for everything I've done. Maybe if less people believe in the world of Vitalia, it might not exist anymore? I don't know. Seriously, how do you know the Pentas can avert this calamity or whatever? I can't know for sure, but I've spent years, the majority of my life, studying the carvings and consulting various spirits. I'm pretty sure I've come to the correct interpretation. Excuse me. It was hard work getting to this point. I don't want to see it all wasted. So you're asking me to return to the human world, so this plan of yours can continue? So you can keep the worlds connected, and avoid a prophecy of calamity that is shown in some ruin? Forgive me if I sound a bit skeptical. Appeal or explain? I guess we should explain to him. I mean, he deserves to know more about Vitalia. Why is it so hard to believe me? I've been working all this time in secret to save everything. And your actions, they could ruin it all. If the Penta is condemned as dangerous, no one will come here. The connection between the worlds won't strengthen, and nothing will stop the calamity. it'll all have been for nothing. That's... How do you know this calamity is real? And even if it is, how do you know that the Pentas are the solution? It's not fair to say that I'm ruining everything when you basically have no idea what you're doing. I do know what I'm doing. I've been studying those carvings for years, literally the majority of my life, and this is the conclusion I've reached. There's more evidence in real life too, like the rainforest burning, or something else happened. Was it an earthquake? There was the supernovas. Well, I don't believe you. I think your conclusion is a bunch of baloney. I mean, how do I even know you're telling the truth about this whole prophecy thing? This could all be another elaborate lie of yours, just like Interments. Damn. He still doesn't believe me. Hold on. A bunch of this doesn't make sense. You're trying to tell me that Interments is an elaborate front? A fake company? A VR device that's not actually a VR device? Interments, the Pentas, it's all to test out some harebrained theory about this prophecy carved in these ruins? Isn't that a bit extreme? He sees in this carving a reflection of his own mind, a reflection of his fears and his desires. Look closer. The carvings repeatedly depict a figure leading others across the bridge, a savior. Is that meant to be Jacob? He believes this might be him. What? Does he have some kind of god complex? He is merely desperate. The threat is real, and for him, this world has been everything for most of his life. If the bridge were to break, as he fears, he would have nothing left to live for. We, the spirits he knows, are closer to him in friendship and trust than any human has ever been. Sorry. Really? That's kind of sad. Not that I should be talking. But if everything important to him is here, in this world, why doesn't he stay here? Why does the bridge breaking even matter to him? As long as he's here. With the sundering comes death, for both worlds. However, even if that weren't the case, Jacob would not be as quick to make the decisions Ben Evers made. His beliefs are complicated. That is one of the things we like about him. He struggles with that choice. He is uncertain about the nature of existence here. He knows this world is real, but he does not fully understand what it means to exist in this world, to exist as a manifestation of one's mind. He doubts the stability of that existence. I don't blame him. That's kind of impossible to understand. I don't believe anything is impossible to understand. Back to Ben and Jacob. Look, Ben, I'm not sure all this talking is getting us anywhere. Offer him the Penta. That's what we chose. How about a deal? I could give you a Penta, allowing you to come and go from Vitalia whenever you wish. In exchange, I need you to appear normal and healthy. Let the world know that the Penta isn't dangerous, and be a spokesperson for it. Recommend it. It would be the best of both worlds. You could save the Penta project. Let others know the wonders you experience here. Know your body was safe and healthy, and still visit Vitalia. That's all? You just want me to log out and recommend the Penta publicly? And then I could come back? You'd also need to start using the Penta responsibly. You would need to take breaks, returning to the human world regularly. Can you promise me that? I think I could. But I have two conditions. Oh god. First, I want your help. You see, I have this theory, and I've been hoping to find some answers. A theory? On what? On on our existing here and not existing in the other world. What do you mean? I think that maybe this world is more real than the other one, and that maybe we don't need to exist there at all in order to exist here. I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say. I mean, you keep saying that my life, my body, back in the human world is at risk. You're assuming that if my body were to die, I'd be snuffed out here too. But I don't think that's what would happen. I think my existence here doesn't depend on the body. I think I could continue living in this world even if my body were to die back there. So that raises the question, is consciousness just an extension of our body? Does it depend on our body? That's what you're thinking? How can you even... You don't think it would affect you if your body died? How could that possibly be? That body is the source of your mind. Without it, how could you possibly exist, here or anywhere? Even if that body was the source of my mind, isn't my mind entirely here now in Vitalia? Why would my old existence have any impact on this one? You're the one who said this world is different from ours in more ways than I could understand. How can you be certain that I'm wrong? I've always believed that our existence here was some sort of projection from the human world. It doesn't... Look, I'm not saying I know all the answers here. That's why I want your help. You know this world better than I do. A search for those answers could take us to the outermost parts of this world. I've been there, looking for clues about the prophecy, and it could be very dangerous. There are strange places, unstable places, places that are treacherous in ways you can't imagine. So you won't help me? Well, I admit, I would like answers to these questions too. Then come with me. I suppose I could agree to that. What is your second condition? For now, I can agree that to come and go from Vitalia. But if we find out that it is safe for humans to stay in this world permanently, then I get to stay. Stay here permanently? I can't possibly allow that. Please don't tell me I have to choose. Then again, we may never find a definitive answer. We could search for years and never know. It should at least be long enough to finish the Penta project. Is that all? Yes, don't forget, until we find the answers, I'll be sacrificing for this. I sincerely wish to remain here. I've never felt anything so strongly before in my life. If it's true, I would like to reply to my parents' message in person, but that's a small thing. I'd really be returning for you to honor our agreement. You help me find answers? I use the Penta responsibly. Simple. So, do we have a deal? I mean, he really doesn't want to be in the real world. Can we even force him? I'm gonna go ahead and accept, since that's what we've been doing this entire time. I think we have a deal. Thank you for not making this more difficult than it needed to be. I'm glad we were able to reach a compromise. Yeah, me too. Well, I guess I'll see you on the flip side then. Yes, I'm at the office, but I'll head to the hospital now with the Penta. See you soon. See ya. Alright, so we're gonna leave it there with Lilya and Komori. That was a lot of explanation. It appears the world It looks like the world is coming to an end, and someone has to save it. There's going to be a savior. We don't know who that is yet, but we might find out on the next episode. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.